نحمده ونصلي على رسول الكريم ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Respected and dear viewers and listeners, in continuation of our Quranic study, today we shall try to learn a few more verses from Quran. That's from 3rd chapter, Aali-Imran, starting from verse number 45. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful. إذ قالت الملائكة, and mention of Muhammad, peace be upon him, when angels came to Mary and said, Ya Maryam, O Mary, Inna Allah yubashshiruk. Indeed, Allah is giving you or conveying you glad tidings. Bikalimatin minna, of a word from him. Ismahul Masih Isa ibn Maryam, whose name will be Masih, Jesus, son of Mary. Wajihan fi dunya, he'll be honorable and respected in this world, wal akhirah, in the next world. وَمِنَ الْمُقَرَّبِينَ, and he will be amongst those who find nearness to the Lord. وَيُكَلِّمُ النَّاسَ, and he will talk to people. فِي الْمَحَدِ, in cradle, وَكَهْلَ, and in mature old age. وَمِنَ الصَّالِحِينَ, and he will be among the righteous ones. قالت, Mary was shocked and surprised. She said, cried rather, Rabbi, O my Lord, Allah yakunu li walad. How come I can have a baby, a son? Walam yamsasni bashar, when no male has ever touched me. Qal, the angel said, Kazaliki Allah yakhluqu ma yasha. Thus, this is it, that Allah creates what He wills. Idha kaza amra, whenever He decrees a matter, فَإِنَّمَا يَقُولُ لَهُ, it only says to it, Kun, let it be. Fayakun, and it is. وَيُعَلِّمُهُ الْكِتَابَ وَالْحِكْمَةَ. O Mary, Allah will teach him the book and wisdom, what the Torah, and give him the knowledge of, or teach him Torah, that book of Moses. Wal Injil, and shall reveal him gospel or Injil. وَرَسُولٌ إِلَى بَنِي Israel, and he will be, O Mary, your son. He's going to be a messenger to children of Israel. Now the statement, when Jesus is full grown, he announces prophethood. We have to fill the gap here. Jesus, on attaining prophethood, he says, O people, indeed I have come to you with a sign min rabbikum, from your Lord. Anni akhluqu lakum, I shall make for you, create for you, min at-tin, out of clay, a figure of a bird. فَأَنْفُكُ فِيهِ, then I shall breathe into it. فَيَكُونُ طَيْرًا بِإِذْنِ اللَّهِ, and it will become bird, real bird, by Allah's permission. وَأُبْرِيُ الْأَكْمَحَ, and I shall cure born blindness. وَأَبْرَسَ, and lepers. وَأُحْيِي الْمَوْتَى, and I shall bring dead back to life. Bi-iznillah, by Allah's permission. وَأُنَبِّئُكُمْ, and I shall inform you, بِمَا تَأْكُلُونَ, whatever you eat, وَمَا تَدَّخُرُونَ فِي بُيُوتِكُمْ, and what you store in your houses. إِنَّ فِي ذَلِكَ لَآيَةً لَكُمْ, verily in it is this great sign for you. إِن كُنتُم مُؤْمِنِينَ, if you are believers. وَمُصَدِّقًا لِمَا بَيْنَ يَدَيَّ, and I confirm what was before me, min at-Torah, of Torah. وَلِأُحِلَّ لَكُمْ, and I shall make lawful for you. Badalazi, some things, حُرِمَ عَلَيْكُمْ, which were made unlawful to you. وَجِئْتُكُمْ بِآيَةٍ مِّن رَبِّكُمْ, and I have come to you with signs from, or miracles from your Lord. فَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ, so fear Allah. وَأَطِيعُونَ, and obey me. إِنَّ اللَّهَ رَبِّي, then Jesus said to his people, surely Allah is my Lord. وَرَبُّكُمْ, so is He your Lord too. فَعْبُدُوا, so worship Him alone. هَذَا صِرَاطٌ مُسْتَقِيمٌ, this is the straight path. فَلَمَّا أَحَسَ عِيسَى مِنْهُمُ الْكُفْرِ. When Jesus felt total disbelief from them, قال, he said to the people around, Man ansari ilallah, who is my supporter in the cause of Allah? قال الحواريون, the disciples said, Nahnu ansarullah. Yes, we are Allah's supporters. Amanna billah, we believe in Allah. Fashhad bi anna Muslim. So bear witness that we are Muslims, that we also bow before Allah. Rabbana, then those disciples prayed together, all of them. Rabbana, O our Lord, Amanna, we have believed. Bima anzalta, in what you have sent down to Jesus Christ. Watabana Rasul, and we follow your messenger, that's Jesus Christ. Faktubna ma'ashahidin, so register us together with those who bear testimony to this. Together with the Vamakaru, but they made evil plannings against him, against Jesus. That means the Jewish community made evil plannings against him. Vamakarullah. So Allah also planned. Wallahu khairul makirin, Allah is the best of the planners. Sadaqallahul Azim. This is about birth of Jesus mentioned for the first time in Quran. Though of course brief, not in detail, because Quran explains on the major points. Now we know, last time I told you, we read it from Quran, when Mary was young, maybe 10, 12 years old, angels came to her and just conveyed the message. In Allah astafaka wa taharaki wa astafaka ala nisa'il alamin. O Mary, be prepared. Allah has chosen you, purified you, and preferred you over all the people or all the women of the world. That this was just a feeler to Jesus, Mary. That something is coming, but what she didn't know. It was just to prepare her for that big event that she was advised. So prepare yourself. Ya Mary, mukniti li rabbiki wasjudi warka'i ma'ar-raki'in. Oh Mary, since you have been chosen, that means you should be devotedly obedient to your Lord and prostrate before Him only and bow before Allah together with others. So this was just a filler. Now comes the time, what we read today. Now Mary, and though Quran doesn't give any age, it's understood between the lines. Now Mary, maybe she's now 18, 19 or 20, around that age, which mature age of motherhood, when a woman can be a mother, is that age. That now angels come to Mary. Here it's just mentioned, but in chapter Mary, which is Surah Maryam, what we call, there we see angels coming to Mary in human shape, and she's shocked. She shouts and cries. Oh man, she takes him as a human being. How come you're here? This is my private place. Don't you fear God? You have entered the chamber of a young girl. How come? Then the angel said, Oh Mary, don't you worry. I'm not human. I am angel. I have come in human form just to inform you about the birth of a baby. Here it is. We can connect that with this statement. Is qalatil malaika. Recall. Now, I'm defining age myself, but don't confuse it. Quran doesn't say it. It's my around 18, 20 years old. Angels coming to Mary. Ya Maryam, oh Mary, inna Allah yubashiruk. In fact, surely Allah gives you glad tidings of a word from Allah. Word from Allah means Jesus Christ. Because his birth was miracle's birth. It was extraordinary birth, not a normal birth. Because he was born without male intervention, without father, without Mary getting married to anybody. We see mention of Jesus, of course, in all the four Gospels. There it is mentioned that young Mary was engaged to one whose name was Joseph. In Quranic word we call Yusuf. Joseph the carpenter. Yusuf Tarkhan in Urdu we say. She was engaged to one. That's Joseph the carpenter. But marriage had not solemnized it. They were just engaged. This happened during that. Quran doesn't say like that. That an angel comes to Mary and telling her that you are going to give birth to a baby son. According to New Testament, after Mary conceived, the same angel went to Joseph the carpenter and informed him that the woman whom you are engaged, she's the most chaste woman. Don't doubt her integrity or chastity. She's going to be one of the greatest ladies of the history. So you marry her. Then they said Joseph married her. Okay, the Quran doesn't talk that. Inna Allah yubashshiruki bi kalimatin minhu. It's surely Allah gives you the glad tidings of a word from Him. Ismuhul Masih is the word of Jesus Christ. His name will be Masih, Jesus, son of Mary. He'll be remembered in the world, in whole history, as what? Isa ibn Maryam, Jesus, son of Mary. This too has some special significance. That although Jesus was born without father, Mary wasn't married. That's why Christians erred. They created havoc. They said, still Jesus' own son, he had no father. That God is his father. So he's son of God. You know what son of God means? It means God himself. Because a baby is born to man, he's a baby. He grows into man. So son of man is always man. Similarly, they came, since he was born without father, that means God is his father. So that means Jesus Christ was also God. That's how we came that this belief of Trinity, what we call doctrine of Trinity. That Father, Son, and Holy Ghost, or including even Mary in that, Maryam. But Quran takes care. No, even though he didn't have a father, but still he was human because he was born to a woman. Mary was a woman. She was a human being. Son or daughter of a human being can be nothing but a human, can be human being. Not anything else. He cannot be God because he was born to a human being. And Quran will see, inshallah, tomorrow or next time, we'll see Quran saying, how come these Christians have crossed all the limits? They say, since Jesus Christ had no father, he is son of God. What are their ideas about, Quran says, what are their ideas about Adam? Who had neither father, neither son, then he calls us better to be called son of God. But it's surprising that Christians condemn him as a sinner. So in other words, he was more worthy to be called son of God because he had neither father nor mother. Jesus was simply because he didn't have father. His birth was miraculous, but he was born to a woman, a human being. Quran at times says, as certain places, what is your problem? You declare Jesus to be son, God, or Mary. Also include, you attribute divinity to even Mary. Perhaps, God forbid, just example, to be wife of God, it's too big a statement. Quran says, Kana yakulani ta'am. It's a simple, imagine simple. Both of them used to eat food. That means, does God eat food? We see in New Testament, Jesus eating, Mary also drinking and eating. So is it divine quality to eat and drink? Or more around, we know what are the characteristic features of living, or characteristic features of humanity, humans, that completely fit on Jesus Christ. At times he would get grieved by the negative response of his people around. And he used to get grieved. We see that mentioned in all the 4 Gospels. And sometimes he would feel happy when some people would come forward, like Hawari, his disciples. Okay, Jesus Christ, don't you worry, we are with you. He would get elated. He would really feel joyous. And he would sleep. Didn't he sleep? Does God need sleep? He used to eat and drink. He had feelings. That made him perfect human, not just half human like us. He was perfect human, attained the highest level of humanity. That's included among the greatest of all prophets, greatest of the greats, the best chosen ones, but not God. That's why Quran interestingly mentions him always wherever you find mention of Jesus. Yes, in Quran, it will be Isa ibn Maryam, Jesus, son of Mary. Why? That means no way that will be Jesus ibn Allah, that Jesus, son of God. He was son of a human being, Mary, and Mary was human. But simultaneously, this was miraculous birth, extraordinary birth, because she was chosen by Allah for a special status, the highest status any human can imagine to acquire. That was given to Mary. That's why Quran mentions Isa ibn Maryam, Jesus, son of Mary. Mary is listening with thunderstruck, shocked. Angel coming to her and telling her all this wajihan fi dunya. He will be honored and respected in this world and in the next world too. He will attain the highest level of honor and respect. وَمِنَ الْمُقَرَّبِينَ, and he will be amongst those who attain nearness to God. He will not be God, Quran, see the words of Quran, not God, not son of God, but amongst those who attain nearness to God. That will be a prophet, a messenger, a chosen one, the best. وَيُكَلِّمُ النَّاسَ فِي الْمَهْدِ, he'll talk to people. Mahad literally means cradle. That's why some, even Muslim scholars believe that he talked to people while he was in cradle. وَكَهْلَ, kahla means mature age. When he became prophet and started conveying the divine message. That's how some people believe that Mahda here means younger age. When he was in tender age, maybe 8, 10, 12, he started delivering sermon, though he was not a prophet yet. Our Jesus Christ, you should know that he attained prophethood at the age of 30. Though Quran doesn't mention the age, we see this from New Testament. He attained prophethood at the age of 30. And his ministry lasted just for 3 years. That his age of prophethood, as we said, prophet from Muhammad, peace upon him, he was prophet upon prophet at the age of 40, and then he was recalled by Allah the Almighty at the age of 63. That was 23 years of prophethood of Muhammad, peace upon him. Same way, Jesus Christ's prophethood lasted for 3 years, 30 to 33. So he talked to, some people believe it's a miracle that he talked in cradle while he was a young baby. Some people believe kahla, mahda means in younger age talk to people. That means talking to people means talk with sense, talk with some good words of wisdom, words of knowledge, good words. Though he was not a prophet that time, he attained prophethood at a mature age of 30. Then wakala, and he will talk to people in mature age. وَمِنَ الصَّالِحِينَ, and he will be the righteous ones, among the righteous ones. Listening all shell-shocked, with open eyes, frightened. She couldn't believe. Even her tears dried up. See, what's it? We cannot understand. We, as males, cannot understand, appreciate this. Only a woman, a young woman can understand. That she will be told that you will give birth to a baby in a virgin state when she's not married. How great trial is it for a woman? That to a chaste woman, the modest woman, the best woman, spiritually well guided, spiritually and from moral standards, perfect woman. She is being conveyed the message that you are going to give birth to a son without marriage. What would have been the feelings of marriage at that time? Only a woman can understand it, not you and me, males. But she only responded with her tears, maybe tears also falling down her cheeks, looking with open eyes. Oh, angels, what are you talking about? She said, cried, Rabbi, oh my Lord, how can I have a son? When no male has even touched me. Touched me means I'm not married to anybody. Angel said, this is how Allah creates whatever He wills. Is this Allah's law that a baby is born, human beings come into form with the with male and female relationship. But it is Allah who creates humans like that, and He has other means of creation. He can create humans without male or female. Or He did create Adam, as Quran cites the example of Adam. He created him without either parents, nor father nor mother. كذلك Allah يخلق ما يشاء. Thus Allah creates what He wills. إذا قضى أمرا, because when He decrees, angels telling Mary as a consolation to make her understand. إذا قضى أمرا, don't you know, Mary? When He decrees a matter, فإنما يقول له, He only says to it, kun, let it be, فيكون, and it happens. So has He done it. He says, oh Mary, you have to give birth to a baby, and it is going to happen. Forget about male intervention. Whether you are married or virgin, this is something special. Status you have been granted. And the son who is going to be born to you will not be an ordinary son. There are hundreds and thousands of millions of sons and daughters around. But your son will not be just a son for the sake of son, a human being just for the sake of human being. He will be something special and extraordinarily special. وَيُعْلِمُ الْكِتَابَ وَالْحِكْمَةَ. The son which will be born to you, O Mary, Allah will give him the knowledge of the book. He will be an embodiment of knowledge. Allah will reveal unto him everything, as prophets are given knowledge. While hikmah, and he will be an embodiment of wisdom. Allah will teach him, grant him the greatest level of wisdom, as prophets do. What Torah? And give him the knowledge of Torah. Though he might not have read Torah, but still Allah will grant him the knowledge of Torah by His will. Because Torah was the book of Moses. And that was the book of all the people around, including Jesus also used to get guidance from Torah. So he'll be great. Well, Injil, and he'll give Injil. But that's why I translated it. And Torah, Allah will give him the knowledge of Torah, but will reveal unto him another book, which will be called Injil or Gospel. Not Gospels, unfortunately. We have not just one, we have four. Quran believes in one Gospel. We made it four. وَرَسُولٌ إِلَى بَنِي Israel. And He will be a messenger to the children of Israel. This is a very important point. Quran makes it clear that Jesus was messenger to Bani Israel. Angels conveying this message to Mary. And He was. Not for whole humanity. This is a later aberration. Centuries after Jesus Christ, when Christianity was declared to be the religion of all humanity. Otherwise, Jesus, we see in our Gospels. We see in Gospels Jesus saying that I have not been sent to all people. I have been sent only to the lost, the words used in Gospel, lost sheep of Israel. Once it's in Gospels. The words are not the same. I'm just giving my own words. Once Jesus appointed some disciples and asked them, you go, convey this message, what I'm delivering to you, you convey to people around, because I cannot reach all. But while they are about to go, Jesus telling them, oh, be careful, not to convey this my message to Gentiles. Gentiles means non-Israelis. Because I have been sent as a messenger to Israelis only. This is not true to Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. You'll see in Quran, nowhere Quran telling Allah asking Muhammad peace be upon him that you have to convey your message to Arabs, to Meccans or Medinites. Quran says, "Kul," translating "Kul." Oh Muhammad, say, "Ya Yunas." Oh, all the people of the world. Inni Rasulullah ilaykum jami'a. I have been sent as a messenger to all of you. And Quran says, "Wama arsalnaka illa rahmatan lil alamin." Oh Muhammad, peace be upon him, I have not sent you as a Moses to Arabs. We have sent you as a most of the nations of the world. And like this statement about Quran says, in Quran itself, Ramadan is the month, holy month, then we start the revelation of Quran. Hudalina as a guidance for whole humankind. These words you will not find in Gospels, nor in Torah. Where prophethood of Moses is restricted, limited, so is prophet of Jesus Christ also. Israel. He will be messenger to children of Israel. Now, Quran is silent here how Jesus was born. That we see detailed chapter Maryam. Then Mary becomes pregnant. And she conceives her pregnancy. It's not so easy for a young virgin. But once she attains pregnancy is in advanced stage, she's worried. What can I tell people? They can blame me or they can say anything about me. What should I do? So she leaves that sanctum sanctorum, goes towards the father place just to see what's going to happen. And there she gives birth. In a lonely place, she gives birth to baby. And still she's so worried. What should I do? How can I face the people? How can I make them understand what I am about my innocence and virginity? That time she was conveyed to angel, oh Mary, once you go back, take your baby in your lap, go back to your home and your own city. If people ask you, where from have you brought this baby? You should simply point to you should tell them, I am fasting. Because in the Mosaic law, one way of fasting was to be silent. That's one fast of silence. So you should simply gesture or make a sign that I am fasting. I can't say anything like this. And if they still persist in asking, you point your finger towards this baby. That means by gestures, ask this baby. And that she finally came back. And people started, Jews were there. That was predominantly there. There was almost 100% Jewish community there. They started pointing fingers towards him. Oh, Mary, what have you done? Your father was not immoral. Your mother was so pious. How come you have ruined their honor by bringing a baby in virgin state? She said, I'm fasting. And they insisted, and it's Qur'an. They firstly said, what are you talking about? Should we ask a baby who is just 4 days old? What do you mean? She's still punching us. And that time, Allah gave Jesus, the son of Mary, Jesus Christ, he spoke for a few words, Inni Abdullah, that I am the servant of Allah. That was a miracle, another miracle of Jesus Christ. Okay, now we see here some relevant parts of Jesus' prophethood. Now Jesus is born, he grows up. At the age of 30, he is granted prophethood and he starts conveying, he receives divine revelations for his own guidance and for the ideas of others, people around. And it was all Jewish by that time, Jerusalem, Syria, Palestine, that was the neighboring area of the country. Palestine was just a province of Great Syria, and it was occupied by Romans. Romans were polytheists at that time. It was ruled by polytheistic Romans. But population was overwhelmingly Jewish, where Jesus was born in a family, Jewish one. That's they were descendants of Aaron and Moses. Okay, now he starts spreading the message of Islam. People worship one God. I am His messenger. Not like that. What we see in Christian literature or Gospels. Son of God. Even we see in present day Gospel. Just the other day, just to refresh my memories about New Testament, I just started reading it again, I think a couple of years back. So I found Jesus mentioning himself, Ibn Adam, in Arabic or Urdu language, Ibn Adam. I started counting. I counted it 29 times. Jesus calling himself Ibn Adam. It is surprising. Christians calling him Son of God, which he was surely not. But God cannot, how is it? Imagine, can Allah have a son or daughter? It is belittling the status of God. It's surprising. That's why certain Christians couldn't understand it themselves. They were shocked. What is this? Then a group or a sect emerged out of Christians. They said, no, Jesus was not the real Son of God. He was adopted son. He had adopted a son from amongst the humans. That's why they are called adoptionists. Okay, forget about that. Then Jesus grows up. He starts conveying message. He conveys, but people around were not ready to accept his message. They started pointing fingers, accusing him, accusing the chastity of his mother, the most chaste woman on earth. Few people listening to him. This was so sad, and only demanding miracles, as happened to most of the prophets. oh, you are just a human. You are eating like as we are eating. You drink as we drink. You move as we move in the markets and places. You sleep as we sleep. We have emotions as we have emotions. How come now you are declaring yourself to the prophet? If you are really, show us some miracles so that we can know, yes, you have powers. It has been always the way of these enemies of faith. Not that they see the miracle then believe. Not just argument for the sake of argument. Just to put the prophet at the time in grief and make him sorrowful. Same people around that were overwhelmingly Jewish. They started firstly rejecting his prophethood, then sometimes demanding miracles, accusing him that he is distorting or abrogating the Mosaic law. He's saying something which is against, because Jews had made insertions in their scriptures. They had distorted their books. And Jesus was telling them, what the hell you are doing this? As we see in Gospels, he used to tell them, don't blame me. I have not come to abrogate the law. That law means Torah. I have only come to implement it, to make you understand. And the distortions you have made in that, as we see in these verses, I have come to make certain things lawful to you which were forbidden. That means Jewish rabbis, for their own personal reasons, of their own, making insertions in their holy scripts, they declared many things lawful which were unlawful, many things unlawful which were lawful. Jesus Christ tried to clear all these doubts, as Qur'an did, put the record straight many times. At many places. That now, when they started only demanding miracles, Jesus said, "Okay, Anni qad jitukum bi ayatin min rabbikum." Yes, surely I have come to you with a sign. With a sign here means miracle, because sign is also used as a miracle from your Lord. Anni akhluqukum min at-tin. Now, three main miracles of Jesus Christ are mentioned here. And I shall make for you out of clay, a figure of a bird of clay. Then I shall breathe into it. Or breathe into it. You will see before it will turn to a real body, it shall start flying. But remember, Jesus didn't claim divinity. That I'm God, that I'm doing it, I'm Son of God, that I'm doing it. Bismillah. With Allah's permission, this power not of my own. The power I have received from God. If it doesn't wish or will, I can do nothing. That figure, clay, or figure of bird will become a real bird. Bismillah, he make it clear so that record is put straight. That no divinity is attributed to Jesus Christ. He tried his best. It's now their problem, they didn't pay heed to it. Bismillah, by Allah's leave. It is surprising from Muslims. There are some people, how faithless we have become. How we have started distorting. Though that's dear, we cannot change the words of Quran. We can't change the text. It's under divine protection. But we have distorted Quran rather by our own interpretation and by our account to our wish. There are many people in the world, among Muslims now we see, who say, see our wali, our awliya. Jesus Christ used to say anything that I am doing this, I am bringing dead back to life. I am doing this by Allah's permission, bi-iznillah. But see my awli, see my awliya whom I believe. They used to bring dead back to life. He would say, kum bi-iznillah, kum bi-izni. Okay, you are dead, come to life by my order, under my command. Now see, is my wali greater or Jesus or Moses or other prophets? Imagine, that's too much. It is too much. Distortion of faith at its climax. Jesus said, I'll cure the born blinds. That will be a miracle. And he did it. He did all these miracles performed. Abras, and I shall cure the lepers. These stories we find in New Testament here and there. He did it. I shall bring dead back to life, but not of me. He made it clear, bi-iznillah, by Allah's will, by Allah's permission. So that's the special feature which Quran puts the record straight and make everybody clear to everybody that don't make Jesus son of God, or don't attribute divinity to him. He was not, he never claimed that. It is you who are attributing that. I shall inform you. I inform you whatever you eat, and what you store in your houses. There's just a symbol that this is things some unseen, knowledge unseen. But Allah has given me powers, because Quran, Jesus time and again says, not of my own peace, by Allah's will. If you are really demanding miracles or a sign, there's a sign for you in kuntum mu'min, if you are truly believers. Now, believe in me, but still he didn't. Still they, on one pretext or the other, started blaming him, accusing him, criticizing him, demanding one thing and that. Jesus said, I'm confirming what was before me of Torah. That I'm not there to abrogate Torah, because Torah is a law. Gospels are the law, you should remember. Gospels don't explain law. Gospels are at the most life history of Jesus Christ. Nothing beyond that. Otherwise, law is that given to Moses. And I shall make certain things lawful to you, what were forbidden to you. By whom? Not Moses. Moses' law was supreme, as far as up to that time was Jesus Christ, right? It is the rabbis, their so-called scholars, the preachers, who had made even revelation subservient to their wish, by adding and subtracting, by editing their divine texts and changing the law, even up to the text. They used to change the law of halal and haram, made things lawful which they willed or wished, or made unlawful. Jesus said, no, I have come to set the record straight. And I have come to you with clear signs from your Lord. You see, these are the signs. Fattakullah, so still there's time left for you. Fear Allah. Wa'atiyun, and obey me. That's the only way. And then Jesus makes a great announcement. We should put all the records straight. Jesus making a big announcement. Remember, O people, Inna Allah Rabbi. Allah is my Lord, not my father. I'm a son of God. Inna Allah Rabbi. Let it be known for once or for all. Let it be known once for all. Inna Allah Rabbi. That Allah is my Lord. Wa Rabbukum, as He is your Lord too. He is my Lord, your Lord, everybody's Lord. As all the prophets, Moses said the same in the court of Pharaoh. Allah is my Lord and your Lord too. Or Pharaoh, whether you believe in him or not, still, He is your Lord and He is my Lord. Jesus saying, Inna Allah Rabbi wa Rabbukum, He is my Lord and your Lord. Fa'budu, so worship Him alone. The way I am worshipping Him. I worship Him. He sustains me. He gives me everything. So you worship Him too, the way I am worshiping. Haza siratum mustaqim, this is straight part. That means don't make me God. Don't declare me son of God. Don't start worshipping me. Fa'budu, you worship Him alone. See, it's in contradiction what present day followers of so-called Christian, what they call themselves, though there's no Christian name. Ask any Christian, how do they call themselves Christians? Who named them Christians? Can they give a single instance from all the Gospels? No way, why? No way. It's about 200 years or 300 years after birth they adopted this name, Christianity, the followers of Jesus Christ. If somebody asks me, why you call yourself then Muslim? Who are you to call? I say, yes, because Allah who sent this Quran to us, He calls me Muslim. How is Christianity word is not anywhere in all the four Gospels put together. If you ask them, how do you call your religion? What's the name of your religion? They say Christianity. Yes, okay, we have no problem with that. Who is named to religion Christianity? Can they cite a single instance, any reference? It's not, it's later adoption. Otherwise, religion of Jesus Christ was nothing but submission and surrender to God. That is Islam, not Christianity. If somebody asks me, how come you saying yourself, your religion is Islam? I said, yes, come on. Quran tells me, Al-Yawma akmaltu lakum dinakum wa atmamtu alaykum ni'mati wa raditu lakumul Islam dina. I have chosen Islam as your religion. Inna dina inda Allah al-Islam is repeated in Quran many times. The current present is single reference from all four Gospels. So Jesus on the other hand saying, Inna Allah Rabbi, Allah is my Lord, Rabbukum, He is your Lord. Fa'buduhu, worship Him alone, not me. Because I also worship Him. Hada Siratul Mustaqim, this is the only straight path. If you start worshipping anything, anyone other than God, including me, that will be a crooked path. That will be a deviate. But for Hada Siratul Mustaqim, the straight path is only Fa'budu, when you worship Him alone. What does that mean? That means the religion of Jesus was Islam. Submission, surrender to one and only God, the real God, not the fabricated gods. Then Jesus started preaching. Though he got a brief period, just 3 years, then he could feel disbelief around. There were few takers of the ideas. The Jews were so arrogant, so ignorant and arrogant, so inimical, so biased against Jesus Christ. He found disbelief all around. Kala, once he said, Man ansari ilallah, who is my helper, my supporter in the cause of Allah? This speaks of his perhaps some kind of disappointment, though it's not disappointment, it's not a proper word for this. Then he found disbelief all around. Nobody ready to accept his true faith and true words and the best path, the only path. He said, who is going to answer Allah, my helper in the cause of Allah? And then some disciples came forward, some dedicated followers of Jesus. They came forward, Dan Ansarullah. They said, we are Allah's supporters, the supporters of your Allah's religion and supporters of you, Jesus Christ, who sent you as a messenger. What Hawari means? Hawari literally means, if it's in Arab, Hawari literally means those washermen who wash clothes, make them clean and shining. Some people believe, since the followers of Jesus, they were mostly who lived along the river bank, and they were fishermen. Perhaps it is maybe they use washcloths, but explanation is Hawari. Why Quran calls them Hawari? Because these were the people who came forward, believed in Jesus, because they washed their souls, their hearts and spirits of all the evils, and they became the followers of Jesus. They said, Amanna billah, oh Jesus Christ, we declare our faith, we believe in Allah. Washhad bi anna Muslimin, you also bear witness that we are Muslims. We also, like you, as you have advised us, in Allah Rabbi wa Rabbukum fa'budu, that worship alone, then bear witness that we also follow your command and we worship only God. Rabbana, then those disciples prayed, Rabbana, oh our Lord. Amanna, we believe. Bima anzalta, what you have sent through Jesus Christ, we believe. Wattaba'na Rasul, and we follow your Rasul, your messenger, Jesus Christ, in letter and spirit. Faktubna ma'ashahidin. So our Lord, register us amongst those who bear witness to this truth. Believe in you, following your prophet Jesus, and believing in that, and practicing that which you sent through Jesus Christ, the revelation, that's Gospels. They were the best ones. But still, his enemies planned all evil against him about Jesus. They wanted to, firstly, they declared him an atheist. They said he is non-believer, Jewish community. But they could, that punishment for that was death. But since it was not an independent country. Though they had autonomy, but I told you, Syria, or all this area, was occupied by polytheistic Romans. They controlled it. It was their army there. Though they were given, Jews were given some semi-autonomy, they couldn't implement their law. They couldn't pass judgment against anybody. That's why what they later Jews did. They filed a case against Jesus Christ. Firstly, they defamed him. To their extent, they defamed him. Then they even filed a case in the court of the Romans. And accusing Jesus Christ that he is organizing a rebellion against Roman Empire, which Jesus never said. He said, I didn't say like that. And even Romans knew this is a wrong allegation. But they had a tremendous pressure from these Jews. It was almost, there may be some rebellion from Jews. Though they accused Jesus Christ that he is organizing rebellion against the Roman Empire. And then they produced false witnesses. We'll read that about in detail, not here. It's not possible here. I'll explain it, inshallah, how they did it finally. And they pressurized the judge through their false allegation and those false witnesses who came forward as eyewitnesses. Yes, we are eyewitnesses that Jesus was organizing people against Romans. He said these words which Jesus Christ had never spoken. And the Roman courts were finally forced to pass a judgment against him, declaring him a rebel and awarding him a death penalty. And according to Christian and Jewish belief, they put him to cross and he was hanged. He was put to nails. Nails were put in his body. Though Quran doesn't believe it. Quran says it is wrong. They couldn't. Wama kataluhu, wama salabuhu. Wama kataluhu, yakina Quran says that's some other place. They could not kill him. They couldn't put him to cross. Allah saved him. We shall read inshallah next time. Next time we shall read how did that happen. Sadaqallahu al-Azim wa sadaqa rasuluhu an-Nabiyyul Kareem walhamdu lillahi rabbil alamin.